Hello everyone, I'm Claire Marie B and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be taking you through my 2024 bullet journal setup. The journal I've chosen is this Canvas Notebook Therapy journal, which I bought about 2 weeks ago, so still in stock at the moment. It's a lovely teal colour, and whilst it's called summer solstice, I really liked it even for this time of year. It's 160 GSM, so perfect for me as I really don't like pages where it'll ghost or bleed through. Here's some of the key things that I use when I'm journaling. So I've got my Pigma Micron pens, which I use for all drawing. I've got coloured pens. These are Tombows, which I'm going to use today, but you can use any pen. So if you're new to journaling, you can use any felt tips that you like. Scissors, I always need scissors. I've got a Dutch door coming today to show you. Washi tapes are essential for me because I always use those for decoration. And then I'm going to be using some craft pages. I use dotted craft paper, but you can use rolls of craft paper. It doesn't have to be dotted. And then finally, I'm going to be using some craft paper that I've bought that comes in a booklet of all different craft papers. I've had this in the cupboard for about 6 months and I haven't used it. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut down a strip of the craft paper, which is going to sit on the right hand side of my journal behind my Dutch door. If you're new to journaling and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's all going to make a lot of sense really soon, I promise. This is a really easy setup as well, everyone. I just really wanted to use this printed paper. If you watch any of my other videos so far and you're not new to journaling, you'll know that I do different mixed themes each month. Some months I might do something that's a lot more arty and more involved and takes me ages to colour in. Other months I'll find something that ends up being really simple, but it's just that's what I felt like doing that month. It's not the intricacy that usually helps me make the decision. It's just what I feel like I want to do that month. So for this setup, it was about using that printed paper. It wasn't about going super fast. It was just that's what I really felt like doing. So let's draw out the lettering. As usual, I've penciled everything in advance. If you're new to journaling, feel free to pencil in advance as well. Make as many mistakes as you like. I always show my mistakes and embrace those mistakes. A lot of them make me laugh, so that's why I'm laughing already. I did go wrong in this journal this time as well. So yeah, I usually keep it if I go wrong because you can't have perfect pages all of the time. And it adds to the charm and character, I think. I used my eraser too quickly on the pen and ended up just making little scuff marks around the 2 and the 4. So I've applied some white ink over the top of that to cover it up. I'm then cutting a band out of the craft paper, and this is why it doesn't matter whether that's dotted or not. It's just my craft pages are dotted. That's why I'm using that one. So it's not super important. But I wanted to have a band between the craft paper, and hopefully you can see there in the video that I didn't think it looked as good going with from the white paper straight onto the blueprint. So I felt like I wanted to have something in between. And so I'm sticking that strip of craft paper in. This is a super useful tool that I've got which rounds my corners. I love it. I've been doing these sorts of cut down pages and Dutch doors for my weekly planners. So yeah, that tool has come in super handy for me. On the reverse of the 2024, I'm going to be putting something called The List. This has been something that I've had last year and it's really worked well, and I'm carrying on for this year. It's basically a massive to-do list things I want to do throughout the year, so it'll include spring cleaning and everything. And as I go through, I'll tick things off when I'm feeling that I want to be really organised. So let's move on to my future log. My future log is where I have a space for each of the months of the year, and I'm going to put in here all the key dates of what's going to be happening throughout the year. When it then comes to that particular month of the year, I'll simply transfer everything from this page into the monthly calendar for that month, and I'm all good. I'll often look at this as well in advance for things like birthdays coming up or other special events. And of course, this is where I'm keeping a long-term view of holiday dates or things that I have booked in general and my availability. So this is what I'm using this for. For the past few journals, I've done this as a vertical spread, so I felt like doing something a little bit different this time and having this as a horizontal spread. So I've drawn a box for each of the months, and I'm going to be putting January to June on this section, and then on the reverse page I'm going to be doing July to December. Usually a journal will last about 6 months for me, so I always start the year with the full 12 months, and then halfway through the year I'll need to set up another journal. So of course all I'll do at that stage is copy the July to December things over. Because I have a journal every 6 months, I don't tend to have spreads of something to last the entire year. So I know a lot of people might do a really big mood tracker or habit tracker where they literally are pixels. That's it. The life, I was trying to think of the word then or what it was called that I've seen some people do. The life in pixels, where you can colour a pixel in for each day of every month of the year. I don't do that because I won't have an entire year in one journal. I have thought about setting up a different journal that would capture everything for an entire year, but I decided against it because I'd end up with too many things in too many places. And that's my future log done. On to the final spread. I'm sticking the paper down at the bottom to keep a nice cohesive theme, and the future log being set up as it is meant that I didn't have the chance to use this paper too much on there because I really needed all of that space. I'm sticking the paper at the bottom for the decoration, and then at the top on the left hand side I'm going to have a page which is called Check It Out, and on the right hand side I'm setting up my page of my 2025. I know that seems really far away, but I'll often have requests to put things in the diary, or I might end up with certain work trips, or I don't know about you, but I love a holiday, and it's inevitable that by the time I get to about March or April, I'm already going to be putting things in the diary for 2025. On the Check It Out page, this is where I will list any movies, TV, podcasts, books, articles, anything that I want to refer back to. I'll put this in here. And here's my final flip through. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on those notifications so that you're told when I release future content. Catch you in my next video. Bye.